Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and today I'm in a 2021 Jeep Gladiator. I have the Eco Diesel, I have the Rubicon package with the big knobby tires, and I'm towing about 3,000 pounds. So I'm going to do a 3,000 pound test. I'm going to drive south for a while. I'll put it on the screen here in a minute when I get back as far as how much elevation. I think it's about 1,000 feet out, about 1,000 feet back. I plan on going about 60 miles to kind of give you a real test on fuel economy in this Jeep Gladiator with the diesel. Now, I just topped it off. I only put like $2 in because I haven't been driving around very much. And this is my big drive today. So let's go ahead and get started. And there you go, fires up. So a little delay with the diesel as you expect. It was cold this morning and just took a little bit to heat up. It wasn't that big of an issue. So no delay there as far as I'm concerned on heating up. If I can turn the volume off on the radio. So let's go ahead and get started on this driving test. First, I'm getting out of town. So stay with me. I'm going to go ahead and do a review on this. I'll talk about driving it. I'll talk about the interior, talk about the exterior. We'll talk about some payload and towing numbers. And I'll give you my fuel economy numbers, well, towards the end of this video. I'll keep you guessing. So, like I said, I'm going to get out of town and stop talking on camera so I can concentrate. And I'll be right back. Let's talk about towing here. This is a 2021 Jeep Gladiator in the Rubicon package. So it's got the cool Falcon Peak tires, the Fox shocks, the cool graphics, the electronic locking front stabilizer bar, red tow hooks. This is the diesel, Eco Diesel, you can hear it. Probably a little bit better if I put it in here. Here we go. Okay, that's the diesel. Come around the sides. See, it's the Gladiator pickup, so it's basically a Jeep Wrangler pickup. A little dusty in the backside, but that's fine. Here's our hookup for the trailer. This is a Diamond C trailer. I'm going to point out right here, it's got an empty weight of 2,740 pounds. I think I was close to my video on that one. Tires, there's the gross axle weighting. So I'm going to say about 3,000 pounds. Reason for that is I do have some trash in here. So for a couple hundred pounds of trash, it kind of fills it up. Double axle, it is a hydraulic dump bed. It is a sweet ass trailer. I think I'd buy one of these. Maybe I will. It's a really cool trailer. So that's what we got. That's what we're towing here. And you can see the Eco Diesel badging there. Take you in the side real fast. So we have, here's our second row. It's not an amazing amount of room. You can kind of tell with my ball hitch there. Not an amazing amount of room back here, but it's enough for, you know, day out and trail. So just really cool interior. I got all sorts of controls on the steering wheel, lots of good buttons up there, easy to access. Good, the Uconnect system here, Windows controls there. I can lock and unlock the front sway bar there, and then locking the axles there. Four-wheel drive. I have regular control there, manual control plus the shifter there. Just a really cool interior. Rubicon on the seats, pretty comfortable seats. Not much adjustment here, kind of just back and forth. And I do have just the lever that pulls them forward. So not much adjustment there. And like I said, but I kind of like it. I got the freedom panels there, take those off. Take the windshield down, take the doors off, and have a good time in the winter. Or summer, excuse me, summer, not in the winter. Let's get back to towing. Okay, let's take a look at the payload of this truck. So I have 899 pounds of payload for a total seat of 5 people. So really you're towing 6,000 pounds, but you don't have a whole lot of tongue weight to play with as far as when you hook up campers and things, because part of that 10% tongue weight goes against your payload. All right, here we go, getting on the interstate here, doing about 55. Kind of put the pedal into it a little bit. And it's responding. There we go, 65. So I'm gonna set cruise, and I'm gonna set it at 65 miles per hour. That's kind of weird. So I went to set it, and then it disappeared. Like I'm guessing there it is. It's small icon in the corner. Hard to see when you're trying to film and do stuff. So 65 miles an hour. This is the flat kind of part of Nebraska. About 3,000 feet, I think, is where gearing is. I'll put the specifics. Like I said, I'm gonna get back to my office. I'm gonna put all the specifics on the screen. On the road, I will tell you, this does not feel planted at all. It definitely, I'm moving a little bit on the road. Now, again, I got some winds blowing. I'm driving south. I got some westbound winds, probably in the 15-mile-an-hour range. So I am getting blown a little bit on the road, and a lot of it has to do with these Falcon Peak tires. I think they're Falcon Peak. They are just, they're great off-road tires. Great in the dirt, great in the mud. Not so awesome driving around. It just feels a little sloppy compared, like I said, the GMC Canyon. It's a little bit tighter control. I will say that loaded down with the trailer, and again, I'm only about half max capacity. This, when I've looked at it online, this max towing on this package is about 6,000 pounds. I'm only halfway there, and I can tell you that these tires feel a lot better, and this truck feels a lot better when it's got a load behind it. It doesn't feel as much as I'm like moving around the road as much. But yeah, I'm cruising along. Again, 65. Oh, what I wanted to look at, I'm looking at the computer here. It does have start-stop, which is interesting. It's the coolant. So transmission temperature. That's what I want to see. Transmission temperature is 163 degrees. It's 51 degrees out right now. It's a chilly 51 degrees though. Definitely cold today. But so 165 degrees. I'm turning. I'm going to go up Wildcat Hills. This is a pass. So these passes were all part of the Lewis and Clark Expedition, Oregon Trail. They were carved through the mountains for transport. So, and wagons. There's a whole wagon set up over there by the monument where I live. And so this is basically what traders used to come down. There's a trader post about, I don't know, a couple miles this way. An old trader post, trading pellets and things. And so starting to climb. I can feel I'm starting to go up the hill. Again, I think this is about 500 feet when I looked at the topographic map. They determine altitude. And I'll have to get my phone out and get the app for altitude and give you the exact number. But it's about 500 feet from the bottom to the top here. It's a kind of winding pass. You kind of make a turn here and a turn there. And then there's one portion, though, that gets fairly steep, and it's a good test. And I'll try to later on today. I will get out there and I'll do some video of trucks driving up here, because we get a lot of semi-trucks drive this road heading down to Denver. And so it's kind of interesting to watch them give you some perspective on how much of a climb this actually is. But so I just kind of want to keep the camera rolling here as I go around the corner and make sure I see any sheep. There's supposed to be some sheep up in these hills. I haven't seen any, but apparently there's some bighorn sheep up here. They do like one hunting permit per year, which is kind of interesting. Okay, 177 degrees. Transmission temperature, again, 52 degrees out. A chilly 52. Turning the corner here. Okay, and here's one of the steep sections. I haven't shifted yet. Still holding at 2,000 RPMs. Here we go. Just downshifted. I'm at 2,500 RPMs. I'm not going to press the gear. I don't know where I'm at. Here we go. Downshifted again. Downshifted again. This is my 1, 2, 3, 4th downshift. Trying to hold 65 Yep, downshift again. This is the steep portion. And you can tell this truck it's doing it. Downshifted again. Getting to the top. 186 degrees coolant temperature. So that's going up. I'm going to see if I can't get in the manual mode. It says I'm in 6th gear when I click the manual mode. I believe this has the 10 speed behind it. Or should it, no, 8 speed, excuse me. So I'm in 6th gear. Cresting the top here. Just about there. 192 degrees. 194 degrees. Transmission temperature 194 degrees. And getting to the top. Alright, let me downshift it again. It's now telling me I'm 8th gear, so yeah, 8 gears. I get sometimes 10 speed confused with GM's products, but and Ford's products. But so we're in 8. Now we're cruising. Now we're at 1,700 RPMs. We're going down the hill now. Coolant temperature 192 and starting to climb down, or 194, 192, 194 back and forth. I am in 2 high, not in 4 high. I don't have any of the axle disengaged. I have none of the off-road equipment engaged. I'm just driving, just towing. Like you would, say you want to hook up some 4-wheelers, you want to hook up a small camper, go out and play in the desert, or go play in the hills for a while. That's what I'm doing. So, and now we're coming down. and I'm holding pretty well. I don't have it's interesting, I don't have tow haul mode because apparently the truck senses there's a load behind me and adjusts accordingly. All right, I just downshifted to hold it because I'm almost hitting 70 miles an hour. So I'm now in 6th gear trying to hold that speed. So coming down to 60, there I am, 65 miles an hour. A 194 on the transmission temperature again. And just shifted to 7th at 2,000 RPMs. So it must have been hunting for gears up there. Must have been 6th to 8th, then 8th to 6th, then 8th to 7th, 6th, back and forth trying to hold that speed going up that hill. So that was definitely some hunting for the gears. It didn't really bug me though. It's not a big deal. I wasn't really concerned about it. I didn't really want to hold a gear. I do have manual mode. I could have manually shifted that and had no problems at all. But I don't know. Wasn't that big of a deal. So here we go. We're going 194 transmission temperature. I got some little bit of rough roads here. You can feel that with my voice. At 1,800 RPMs and 8th gear holding 65 miles an hour. So I'm going to drive out, say 20 some miles, and I'm going to flip around and come back. And I'll do that hill again, and we'll get it on video again doing the other way if it's anything different. And then we'll go back and fill up, and we'll see what kind of fuel economy we have. Okay, let's talk about this. We have a 21 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon 4-wheel drive, $43,875 base price. It's firecracker red clear coat exterior paint, black interior trim. I have leather trim bucket seats. I have an 8-speed with 3-liter V6 turbo diesel with start-stop technology. I have some standard safety equipment. Basically, the big thing about this is the 4-to-1 rock track part-time 4-wheel drive system, heavy-duty Dana 44 axles, 410 rear axle, the 17-inch by 7.5-inch granite crystal aluminum wheels, 33-inch tires, Fox 2.0 performance shocks, cabin bed step rock rails. I have a fuel tank skid plate, transfer case skid plate, front bumper skid plate, lots of skid plates, Trans-Pacific Off-Road Plus mode, the pin warning harness in the back, trailer sway control. Optional equipment is the color, leather trim bucket seats, the tow package, cold weather group with heated front seats and heated steering wheel, remote start, premium LED lights, LED front, that stuff, 8.4 radio, so there's your 8.4-inch radio. Let's see, off-road pages info as part of the Uconnect system, active safety group, park sense, blind spot, auxiliary switch group. I have programmable auxiliary switches, which were, right there. Let's see, 8-speed select control transmission skid plates, 373 rear axle, cargo management system, trail rail system inside the bed, the 115 volt AC outlet back there. I have the bigger tires, that kind of stuff, all additional. Total price is 66,025 pennies. 24 combined, 21 city, 27 highway. This should be built in Toledo. It is built in Toledo, Ohio, and not rated for safety ratings. And I can tell you the trip bit odometer, over 150 miles, it says 18.2. So that's what we got on this Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. All right, here we go. We're going up the reverse now. So I went down the backside, I flipped around, I drove out to the spot. I'm going up it again, and I thought it was pretty interesting. I'm starting this climb at almost 200 degrees, 199 degrees with the transmission. That's the temperature of it right now. The vehicle, the coolant temperature is 208 degrees. So definitely warmer than I started this first time. Must be just driving around, clearly, obviously. Warms up. This climb on this side gets a little bit more extreme. So the other side was kind of some short back and forth kind of climb up. This is a full bore kind of right at it. So I just downshifted 7th gear at 2,000 RPMs, a little bit off, a little bit less, a little bit more than 2,000 RPMs. I can hear the engine making some noise. I can hear the exhaust you can hear the exhaust back there, so I can hear some exhaust as well. So, and I gotta say, it's a Jeep. It's pretty loud in here. I got the Freedom kind of panels. I think that's what they call those things. It's just it's a flat windshield, just a little bit louder vehicle than maybe that GMC Canyon, like I said, I'm testing this week. So we kind of go over that first hill. I kind of go down to a small low spot here, just shifted to 8th gear. We'll turn a little bit, and then it's all the way up. So again, I think it's 500 feet on the other side. I'll have to get in my sheet, and I'll show you the topography about how much we're going to climb. But it's a pretty good test, I think. I can tell you I'm burning through fuel. I've already used 1/8 of a tank, and I bet you I'll be down 1/4 at least. And I've gone, I don't know at this point. I want to make sure I get the right number for you. Let's see, not that one, not that one, not that one. Fuel economy, no, trip. I've gone about 38 miles, so averaging 15.8 per the computer right now. But let me get back to that transmission, because, and you can feel, I mean, it's moving me around, which is kind of fun. Towing's towing, but the wind's blowing pretty bad, and especially through here, it's wide open spaces. So, you know, would I normally tow in a day like this? Probably not. I'd probably just wait a day, do something different, you know, goof around the house, but decided to do it today. And the benefit is I have a low profile trailer, so that does help with the wind. But wind is a factor, there's no doubt about it. So 199 degrees, I'm in 8th gear at 1800 RPMs. I just downshifted the 7th gear. We'll make this turn and we'll go to top. And I don't know if I'm going to keep all this video I'm shooting right now, but maybe I will. If I do, make sure you put some comments down below. I'm trying to do a better job of this, so put some comments down below. What would you like to see? What would you not like to see? Like me to shut up more? You know, I read all the comments. Okay, so we're making a turn here. I got a semi-truck in front of me, which shouldn't have any problems. This isn't that big of a pass that causes them any concerns. Definitely during the winter. I mean, it's something you'd probably do, either be cautious of, you'd skip, wait a day, or you'd put some chains on. And there are some spots where the road gets closed. Like, they'll close this pass down if it's too bad. Each side there's some closure down there. And again, I'm still doing 65. Speed limit is 70, but I never go to speed limit when I'm towing. I just have no interest in going that fast. So I'm doing 2,500 RPMs. 201 degrees is the coolant, and we're getting close to the top here. Still driving the top. This is the one section right there. Yep, really a tough section right there. It just adds that little bit more. I've ridden my bike over this a few times. I'm telling you, I know the places where you really got to dig deep. 203 degrees as far as the coolant temperature. Making the final turn here, getting to the peak. I can just see the peak in the horizon. I'm in 6th gear. I'm at 2,500 RPMs. So pretty good, I think. You know, this way, I haven't shifted up and down at all. I'm not hunting at all this time. Holding 6th gear. That semi slowing down. I'm gonna maybe change lanes. Definitely slowing down. Let's see. He got to the top, and it'll probably let it run out, because when you get top here, you just let it go. And now we're starting the descent into the valley. Just got to the top, and then we'll go on the way down. So 201 degrees is the coolant temperature. That semi is slowing down. He's got his brakes applied. A little gnarly. Let's switch lanes. Luckily, this is a 4-lane road here, so we'll give him some room, give myself some room. Always towing safely. I never rush these things. I don't have any place to be that urgently that I need to smash the gas and drag race or anything. So we'll just kind of make our way down. I just downshifted again, the 5th gear. I'm at 3,100 RPMs, 3,200 in that range. 68 miles an hour. There's a turn here that is a little gnarly in the wintertime. Can be a little bit exciting. But we'll make this turn. And yeah, you can see it downshift and hold me on there, just past the semi. He's doing the same thing. I bet you he's using his engine brake exhaust to slow him down. So we'll go over here. Just flattens out a little bit through here. He'll probably pick up some speed next to me. He was doing, I think, 70. And back to 65. Just downshifted back to 8th gear. Letting it out, kind of letting it roll out in the section. It just kind of flattens out, and then we get to the bottom. So 201 degrees is my temperature for my transmission. So got 203 was kind of my top, so not bad there. And yeah, overall, as far as driving experience, it's good. I mean, I'd like to have a little more, a little more planted. Again, these tires aren't the right situation, but if you're gonna take this out and go play in the desert and haul your toys out there with it, it's perfect. I could take this to the farm with some 4-wheelers, side-by-sides, and have a good time. I wouldn't have a problem with that. And even in the wind, it's not a big deal. It doesn't, I never felt like I was white-knuckled or out of control or, oh my gosh, never had that feeling of that. And it seems like it's got plenty of power. I didn't really get on it, didn't need to add more foot input as far as throttle input, put them on the gas. So plenty of power, just held the gear, just downshifted, went up and went down, and 65 miles an hour, no big deal. So I'm going to go ahead and head back to the gas station, and I'll get some video there when I fill up, and then we'll do some math and figure out what the fuel economy is going to be. I just got back putting some fuel in here. Our number now, it's, was it $2.92? Let's see. Yeah, $2.34 a gallon, $2.35 a gallon basically. Let this fill up. Oh, filled up. So what do we have? We had 4.401 gallons used. Let's go do the math. Okay, so I just got back in the truck. I just filled up. I have 4.401 gallons of fuel in the vehicle now, from full to driving around. I have 50.8 miles driven. 16.7 miles per gallon is what it says in a trip odometer. So when I do 50.8 divided by 4.401, I get 11.54 miles per gallon. And the trip odometer says 16.7. So something didn't add up at all. That is like the worst I've ever seen it off as far as fuel economy. So I don't know. That's what I got. So I basically got 11. The screen says 16. I will tell you, towing it had no problems. I'm not, really that concerned with it. Had plenty of power. And I got to mention something else too. This does have the start-stop on it from a diesel, which is pretty impressive. So I was stopped on over there. It turned itself off completely, but it had no lag when I put my foot back on the gas or the accelerator, the diesel fuel thing. Anyways, when I put my foot back on the accelerator, it had no problems taking off. So no delay there. Seat comfort's pretty good. I like the bolsters. That's additional seat comfort there. Pretty comfortable interior. I love the interior styling of this. Like I said, a little bit more windy, a little bit louder in here, just the way the Jeep's built. Jeeps are typically a very loud vehicle. So those are kind of my thoughts on this 2021 Jeep Gladiator towing with Eco Diesel and Rubicon package. So hey, make sure you check the video out over here. It's a good time. Website down below. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.